The reason why you keep falling off everything you start, why you keep quitting everything you start, the answer is, you already know the answer. What are your vices? Is it the weed? Are you a weed smoker? You need to remove the weed from your life. Are you a drinker? You need to stop drinking. Whatever your vices are, you must remove from your life, because once these vices you have in your life have been a problem for you, they're always going to remain a problem. In the back of your mind, they're always going to be a problem. And stop trying to balance your weed intake. Stop trying to balance your alcohol intake. Whatever your vices are, you need to fully remove them from your life. You can't have them in your life at all, because they're always going to cause you to fall off whatever you're trying to stick to. They're always going to interrupt your workflow. They're always going to fuck up your plans. They're going to fuck up your future. You're never going to be able to move to the next level if you have these vices keeping you stuck at the same level. I know it for a fact because it done the same to me. Just because other people you know who smoke weed and can still make progress in the gym, it doesn't mean it works for you. You're the only one who knows if it works for you or not. You're the only one who knows deep down what's keeping you held back, what causes you to keep falling off, what's making you a lesser version of yourself. You know what it is. But you need to fucking get real with yourself and accept, even if you love the weed, even if you love drinking on the weekends with your friends, if it's causing you pain at the end of the day, if it's causing you to delay making progress in the gym, with your work, with whatever you're trying to do with your life, you need to let it go. You need to remove it, because trust me, the pain is greater than the fun. Once the pain has started to overtake the pleasure side of things, it's time. It's time to wrap it up. It's time to move on. You don't want to be in the same position next year, next month, tomorrow even. You don't want to fucking be here still. The only way you're going to move forward is if you leave your vices behind. You can't bring your vices forward with you. Your vices, they're called vices for a reason. They're keeping you held back. They're going to keep you trapped. If you don't remove yourself from them, they're always going to keep you held back, keep you in the same place. If you're really sick of your bullshit and you're ready to move on to the next level, you will move on to the next level. If you're not able to drop your vices, it's not caused you enough pain. You're satisfied with being where you are. And that's just a fact, you are. Because I was satisfied with being where I was years ago when I was using drugs, smoking weed, doing coke, drinking alcohol. I was satisfied there. I was satisfied with being there at the time I was doing it. Until one day I said, fuck this. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Because I kept telling myself, I want to change. I want to change. But telling yourself you want to change, that doesn't mean you want to change. You're just telling yourself that. You have to act like you want to change. You have to put in the work, show up every day and make the fucking change. No one's going to make the change for you. You have to put in the work to do it. That's the thing. It's going to be hard. It's going to be grueling. It's going to be fucking just painful to make that start, especially when you're starting from ground zero, when you're starting from the bottom, underground where I was, when you're just starting from underground and you just got to work your way back up to get to surface level again. Do you know how... You have to be mentally strong. You have to be really, really, really mentally strong, and you have to remove all vices, because when you're that low, the only way you're going to get back up to surface level, the only way you're actually going to make the real changes where people can actually see you've been making changes is if you drop all vices, all of them. I was so low, I had to drop all my vices. All of them had to go. Because if I still had certain vices in my life, if I was even only still drinking alcohol, I wouldn't even be half of where I'm at today. I've still got such a long journey. Like, people never realize the journey never ends. Success never ends. You have to be successful daily. You have to win daily. So many people are like, oh, I want to be successful one day. Why can't you be successful right now? Set yourself out targets and plans right now, and you can be successful right now. People act like success is so far. It's right there. You're the person who decides whether you're successful or not today, right now. Set yourself out plans right now. Set yourself out small goals right now and be successful with them. You can call yourself a successful man. Or are you going to fail? You know at the back of your mind what you want to do with your life. You know what you really want to do. You know the things you want to achieve. You know the person who you want to be. You will never be that person if you don't fucking take the step. You have to take the step. And the only way you're going to take that step where people can visibly see it, where people can really see the big differences, is if you remove all your vices. Because one vice, just the alcohol alone, can hold you back so much. It can hold you back so much. Just smoking cigarettes alone can hold you back so much. It's because what you're doing to yourself mentally. You know you shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. You think it's fine, but you don't know what it's doing to you mentally. you're putting that doubt into yourself mentally. That's what you're doing when you're smoking cigarettes. You're talking to yourself in a negative way when you smoke cigarettes, because every cigarette you smoke, subconsciously, you know you shouldn't be smoking it. You're living every day with regret when you smoke a cigarette because you regret smoking that cigarette every day. So how the fuck you think your life is going to go if every day you're doing a regretful act? Every day you're smoking that cigarette and you're regretting it. You're regretting every fucking day of your life. Like, it doesn't matter how small or big the regret is, you're living with regret. I make sure I have no regrets. Every day I make sure I stick to my targets. And if I do something I regret, I make sure I write that shit down. I make sure I fucking remember it. And I work my hardest to not do it again. It's like, we all slip up. Everybody slips up from time to time. We all slip up. And you cannot live a life without slipping up. Like, everyone's going to slip up. You can live a vice-free life, but you're going to slip up from time to time. That's going to happen. And you need to realize and focus on these slip-ups. What's causing them? Yes, you can go for a long period of time without smoking weed, and then you smoke weed, you slipped up, cool. But if you're doing it every day now, that's not a slip-up no more. That's just you fully blown gone back to your vices again. You need to understand slip-ups are always going to occur. They're always going to happen. But you need to minimize these slip-ups. You need to slip up as less frequently as possible. That's the thing. And it's the same thing. I can relate this talking about motivation. Is like, you're always going to go through times where your motivation levels dip, but you want to keep your motivation level as high as possible for as long as possible. Like, it's on you how motivated you feel, and it's on you to rise that level of motivation back up. But if you keep doing regretful acts, if you keep doing things you're not supposed to do, or not doing things you're supposed to do, your motivation levels are going to dip. They're going to drop. So it's on you to stay as strict as possible and stick to your word as much as you can to keep that motivation level high. Because, like I said, it's always going to dip, but the more you continue to not stick to your word, the further down it dips. Like, you need to fucking keep that shit high. You need to keep your head above surface level. You need to make sure you stick to your goals and your targets as much as you fucking can. Because every time you slip up, you put that doubt into your heart, you put that fear into your brain, you start doubting yourself, the negative self-talk starts creeping in, and that makes it much more easier for you to turn back to your vices, and that causes a fall off. The longer you keep these vices in your life, you're going to fall off. There's no ifs, ands or buts. You're going to fall off. When you return to the weed, when you know it keeps dragging you down mentally, you're going to fall off eventually. When you drink on the weekend, that's going to cause you to fall off. When you smoke weed, that's going to cause you to fall off. Whatever regretful act you do, that's going to cause you to fall off if you keep fucking doing it. It's going to cause you to fall off. That's just facts. You're the only one who makes yourself fall off. No one's doing it to you. You're getting in your own way. You're allowing these vices to get in your way. But it's still on you why these vices are coming into your life, and you can't fucking let them go. You have to shake them off. Because if you don't shake them off, they're going to keep you trapped. They're going to keep you locked. They're going to keep you on lockdown. That's what's going to happen. It happened to me. It happened to me. And you need to break out of that negative mindset. You need to leave the loser cycle and enter the winner circle. It's you against you at the end of the day. And no matter how you started smoking, no matter what caused you to be in the position where you are now, it's on you to get the fuck out of it. If the weed is stopping you from reaching your goals, you must quit smoking weed. Only you know. Only you know. Don't argue with yourself. Don't live in denial. If the weed is stopping you from reaching your goals, stop smoking weed. If the alcohol is stopping you from reaching your goals, stop drinking alcohol. If they're not a problem to you, fine, carry on drinking and smoking. But if you know you want more in life, then you know what to do. You know what habits you have to drop. If you feel like you need help, you need assistance, guidance, you need somebody to hold you accountable to push you to that next level, reach out to me on Instagram. I reply to everybody and I'll help you.